Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for the Real Sports Talk, youtube.com/Mr. Kelso. You can also find me on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST for the Real Sports Talk. And I just want to give you guys a few quick NBA updates. The biggest one today is that Kevin Love has agreed to a 4-year extension worth, according to Chris Broussard of ESPN, between $60 and $62 million. I mean, I like this deal a lot for the Timberwolves because Kevin Love goes down, or has gone through the past few seasons, as one of the most underrated players in the NBA. He had a streak last year of double-doubles, and I mean, this guy for the most part was getting legit 20-point, 10-rebound double-doubles. There were some games in there where he was barely reaching a double-double, but for the most part, Kevin Love will give you 20 and 10 every night, and there's not too many guys in the NBA right now that can do that. So to have Kevin Love locked up for the next few seasons is big. Ultimately, there is an option after the 3rd year. It is Kevin Love's option, and reportedly he said that I want the option that if this team has not become a contender by then, that I can opt out and become an unrestricted free agent and go pursue another opportunity somewhere else where he gets a chance to win. So overall, I mean, I know the Timberwolves are in last place right now in their division, and they're pretty far down in the West. But the bottom line is, with Ricky Rubio, Kevin Love, and Derek Williams, you have a solid young core. Now it's a matter of building depth. I mean, not every team can go do what the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks and even somewhat the Lakers have done and just get 3 superstars and build around them. That's not how it's going to work. And while that is the trend, and while a lot of the big players do go to the same teams, that doesn't mean that necessarily every single year they're going to win the NBA Finals. And we saw that last year when the Dallas Mavericks won the NBA Finals. The teams that are constructed the best from top to bottom, maybe not all the ones that are top-heavy like the Miami Heat, and they're not top-heavy this year. They're very good depth. But you get my point. The teams that have the great depth are the teams that win championships, and that's why the New York Knicks aren't going to win a championship anytime soon, because they don't have a point guard and they don't play defense. They have a terrible head coach who offensively doesn't do much with this team because they're not the right style for him, and defensively has never done much when he was in Phoenix or here. But regardless, Kevin Love and the Timberwolves, they have that nice core. What you got to do is continue to put players around them and hope that you can build a championship contender that way, because Minnesota is not LA or New York. You're not going to convince any high-priced superstars to come there, probably, if the trend continues that all the superstars team up. But if you can put enough depth around these guys, this could be a team that in 3 or 4 years could really make a run at things if they can keep Ricky Rubio long term, which I have my questions about, because we know that it took 3 years to even convince Ricky Rubio to come over to America because he wasn't necessarily thrilled about going to the Timberwolves. And, you know, normally I would say, well, they weren't a very good team, so that makes sense, but it all has to do with the marketing aspect. Ricky Rubio wanted to go someplace where he's more marketable, and ultimately I just get sick of that. You play sports to win championships, and I know that right now the Timberwolves aren't necessarily in that type of situation, but not everyone can just be all about the marketing aspect of their games. At some point, there's got to be some guys that have some loyalty that say, look, I love this place, I don't care. And the other trend is that, oh, let's go to the city where there's a ton of stuff to do, like the Miami thing. And I didn't have I didn't have any problem really with Chris Bosh and LeBron James going there, because that was the option that gave them the best chance to win. But when people use the excuse for them that, oh, well, I'd rather be in Miami than Cleveland. No, I'd rather just be where I'm going to have a chance to win. And obviously Miami was the better option. But it's not about what city you play in. It's about the city that has the passionate fans. It's about the team that's committed to winning. And obviously the Toronto Raptors and Cleveland Cavaliers aren't. But Minnesota's a pretty nice sports city. They support the Twins very well in the new Target Field, and they support the Vikings very well. And ultimately, hopefully they can get the Vikings a new stadium, because the Metrodome has seen better days. But I'm digressing a little bit. Ultimately, Kevin Love signs a 4-year, $60 million extension. Nice job by the T-Wolves to lock him up. And one other NBA note, Danilo Gallinari and the Nuggets have agreed to a 4-year, $42 million deal. So that's your NBA lookout for the day. I'm Tim. Hit me up on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST and email me at therealsportstalk@gmail.com. Also, guys, we are looking to start, or we actually have a website picked out already and everything. We just need some bloggers, any sport. I mean, I like blogging, but ultimately I focus on this show #1 overall. So myself and Justin are starting the website. We're going to obviously carry a lot of the weight, but we need some other bloggers there. You don't have to have any experience. You just need to know how to construct sentences and blogs. I mean, I do not have time to go through and fix everyone's grammar mistakes, and if you don't know how to put periods, and you know what I mean. So there's that. We are going to be starting the 30 teams in 30 days MLB show or special that we did last year, and we don't really do it in 30 days. We preview each MLB team in a span of anywhere between 25 and a month and a half. Whenever me and Justin get the chance, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to preview every single MLB team from top to bottom, from who they acquired in the offseason, what they did last year, what they need to do to improve this year. We break down the managers, the bench, the bullpen, the lineup, the pitching rotation, the stadium, everything that we need for each team from top to bottom. So that will start sometime towards later February. So you got about, not quite a month, but close to it. And obviously Super Bowl's coming up next weekend. We are going to be having a Super Bowl blowout show or special. I mean, we'll obviously, if anything else comes up, cover that, but we are for the most part going to be giving you 1 and 2 videos at least a day, breaking down a different aspect of the Super Bowl. I mean, we usually break down quarterback matchups, and while normally you don't think about Eli Manning versus Tom Brady, the way Eli Manning played last week, I guess we'll have that debate. We'll talk about who has the better wide receivers, coaching staff, defense, everything. So, I'm Tim, #deuces.